welcome to another Inspired podcast. My name is Tania, and I am here today with Adrienne, Maddie, and Mika. They are in-house apprentice and artist. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about yourselves?
Well, yes, my name is Adrienne, come from San Francisco, lashed by Adrienne Spencer, and I'm here to represent.
Maddie, where are you from?
Very good. I'm from Massachusetts. I am new to Vegas, and I am the newest full-time artist, I would say, at Inspired Studios, at MJ Artistry.
Mika.
Well, I am born and raised out here, actually. I did apprentice a little bit in California, like years and years ago, but my main thing is aesthetics. I do Reiki energy. I do, a little bit of everything with eyelashes and skincare and massage. So it's definitely a lot. Love being in the studio, though.
Everything.
Yeah.
So one thing we obviously all have in common is that we are aspiring PMU artists. And I say aspiring because every day we are aspiring to be better and up our craft. The thing I wanted to talk about today was, are you guys staying true to your artistry? Like what that means to you, your biggest weaknesses, and what you guys are doing to better that?
Well, shoot. I think I like to just basically do a million things with all my limbs in each pot and stirring it and just basically learning everything, making sure that I pretty much work at my craft because it's an investment in myself and aesthetics is very important to me. So I have just making sure that I'm on point so that whatever I do put out there is beautiful. And basically that's where my purpose is. And I just make sure that I work at being just ever evolving.
And yeah, Adrienne flies in, if you don't already know, she flies in every other week from San Francisco. So that's definitely
it's a huge commitment.
Dedication to up your craft.
I definitely pause. I pause everything for this. I've been in this for about 4 years, and just basically making sure that that I really give it my all. Just because I'm ever evolving, I can never say perfect, because that's just something that I don't believe, or I believe in, but I just want to make sure that everything I do is basically beautiful, and just my standards, golden standards, and making sure that those standards are upheld at every moment of my time here and where I'm at in San Francisco. So I just basically make sure that everything that I do, I have a purpose, and that's just my life in general.
It's very Adrienne.
Yeah.
It's very me.
Very
that
Adrienne.
feel is very Adrienne. And what is your weakness? Or do you
weakness?
Your biggest weakness, you think,
your
right
biggest
now?
weakness?
My biggest weakness in this permanent makeup, not working with all my little contraptions, because I'm type A, where I want everything to measure correctly to the point, to the inch, to this little marking, and that's just not what it is in in this industry. And I want to make sure that I know exactly where my lines are, and that's ever evolving for me. So now that I'm not working with the 5 contraptions, making sure that symmetry is really good, and just training my eye to that. So that is basically my weakness right now, symmetry. And just staying true to that.
Especially when the face isn't symmetrical.
It's hard when you get caught up in that kind of mentality where everything needs to be symmetrical. But if you as a artist, that not everything is going to be perfect. No artwork is perfect, and nothing is going to align up like that. Especially on our faces, our eyes are higher, our ears are higher. There's just so much going on there that play into permanent makeup. So if somebody's eye is a little bit more almondy or round, the eyeliner is going to look different, and that's kind of just finding a way to make them more cohesive versus absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
What's your biggest weakness, you think, Maddie?
Okay, yeah. My biggest weakness, I think I talked about it before, but it's still kind of in the fundamentals, moving out of what was put into my brain for 2 years of the way I map, the way I do things. I need to bring back my creative nature, because I do like to create and I do love doing permanent makeup, but I do suffer with the same thing, like trying to like make things make sense on a face that maybe that set of brows isn't going to make sense on. I need to work off their natural and enhance their face versus like, okay, your eye is here and this is this, but not everybody's going to look perfect with the same brow on, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mika, you did permanent makeup before you came to the studio, or
yeah,
you did?
I
Okay.
did a little bit. So I apprenticed actually out in California for a little bit, and then I did take a little bit of a break just because, to be honest with you, I feel like the technique that I learned there, it was really basic, and it was years ago when I learned it, and I just felt like...
Yeah, a lot of classes send you home with not enough information and not,
yeah, and
like,
what's
here.
crazy is I actually stayed out there for a little bit just to try and learn, but I mainly got pushed into doing lasers and more like her marketing stuff. I did permanent makeup here and there, but still, it's just a different technique. They used rotary machines. She only wanted to use her machines, her ink. So definitely, like, coming with Amber, like, there's just such a variety of everything now, and such a variety of just like... It's like a whole world that I wasn't really exposed to, because I feel like a lot of companies just want you to use just their stuff. And like even I took like an online fee brow class, and just to see what it was. They had it for like
brows,
and it was like everything about their stuff. And it's like, okay, well, what if you don't like their stuff?
A lot of the times those classes are like marketing for themselves, especially the fibrow. It's like, oh, you need to use this, like, I don't even know what they're called. It's like a little protractor thing, a little triangle.
Oh, yeah.
It's the golden
standard.
Yeah, the golden ratio or golden ruler to get the perfect brow, I guess. But, like, seriously, on a face, it's like when you really sit down and get to it, you're like,
yeah,
it's not meant for that person.
Exactly. That's where I actually
hard.
started
That is-
off.
yeah,
I started off doing microblading.
Yeah.
And I got... I actually got certified by them. And so when they started doing all this and doing all that, I was just kind of like, So then I had to just go and started opening my wings and just really noticing like other things, right? And just really opening my skill and just knowing who was right, because I do have a medical background. So universal precautions. And I could say, Amber's ways definitely fit with me, and just the vibe.
I think
just the vibe.
I love talking to like other artists and most of the people that have come to the studio have like a background somewhere else. So to me, like, everything I've learned is just standard. Like, that's just how you do things. Not that I'm not open-minded, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is just how you do things. Like, this is that, like this. Because I didn't have any background before. I had no knowledge, nothing. I literally was introduced by Amber to everything. So to me, like, that's how you do things. This is the certain way you do it. And now that I'm a little more experienced and have had the opportunity to, like, chat with other artists and be in other areas, other zones, I'm just like, oh wow, like, there really is so many other ways to do things. And I was just very I don't know, I guess I just wasn't educated on, like, how other people do things, but I feel like I love the way we do things. So I don't
and
want
it's
to switch it
actually
up.
the right way, because I've been through many artists before where there were certain things.
10 years, right? Or how long have you been, like, on and off
I've been
taking classes?
dabbing like 4 years into
Okay.
it, and I've invested quite a bit of money into myself because it's very important. Like, I'm going to be out there, I'm going to be marking somebody's face, and it's going to age gracefully in their face. And once it does, and the design and everything else that goes with it, I mean, if it doesn't pan out the way it needs to, I mean, I don't walk out looking like, maybe, or, if it's all right now, it's got to be on a point at all times.
I think that just kind of spins back to staying true to your artistry, because as artists, like, Amber's given you the fundamentals from the very beginning, but now as you grow as an artist, like, you can have open discussions and be open to trying different things because you're comfortable with the fundamentals, and that, I think, makes you a better artist and keeps you in line with your artistry, because you're providing the kind of work and willing to learn and be open to different techniques and things that might not be for everyone.
Yeah.
And definitely a good teacher, I think, is a huge thing, because to be honest with you, like, I did feel kind of discouraged. Like, after the pandemic, like, I stopped doing permanent makeup. I'm like, I'll just stick with my skincare for right now, because I just didn't like the finished results with some of my clients. Some came out okay, some didn't. And, like, I saw graying, and it's just like, everything I was taught that they basically said, okay, well, this is what causes graying, this is what causes like pink eyebrows, was all incorrect.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
or
really,
it's just more than one thing.
Yeah, there's
like,
more than one. It's
so
not.
many
Yeah,
factors.
it's not black and white. Permanent makeup is definitely not black and white. And I think that, well, amber stays to the same color line, like using the same pigments, using the same techniques, but because they work and they age beautifully, there is definitely some kind of lapse in the permanent makeup industry where it's like people are saying all of these things, but the healed results and the longevity of the work is not showing that to be true. So when they go out and they're making money off of people who have no previous knowledge, it's like, you, of course you're going to be discouraged, and how are you going to feel like a true artist because you're not getting the full like layout of this, of what you're getting into, because it's not just, oh, get rich quick, do permanent makeup.
True.
Yeah,
That's
no,
true.
it's difficult.
I mean-
When was the last time you like tattooed somebody's face, Mika?
Last time was probably like a few months ago.
A few months
and
ago.
honestly, I just stopped because I want to just learn Amber's technique and just practice and just focus on the way she does things before I even do that. So I have like my first model this upcoming Wednesday.
Ooh.
Did you were you doing brows, lips, and eyeliner, or just
Brows, lips, and liner.
Okay.
But like again, it was with the machine that I got
How long
from
was
the
your first training
It
for
was,
all three of those?
For all three of those, she did like a week course. And I was fortunate enough to, like, she liked me. She liked that I, like, did a bunch of different things. So she, like, popped me in there doing eyelashes. And at the time, I didn't have a kid. And it's a little different now that I have a kid. So I didn't mind, like, being out there for almost a year.
Yeah.
So it was fun. But, I mean, I still, even after that year, I don't feel like she was very hands-on. It was more like that first week. And then after that, I thought I'd get more training. And I just feel like she just kind of left you to your own devices.
Yeah,
That's
and you
scary.
need the support,
And
seriously.
I thought, too, like, because she was also a nurse as well, and she was, like, really big at the time.
Yeah.
So I thought she would be a really good person to learn from.
Well, a lot of people like to stick their hands in too many cookie jars and try and do too much, and not everybody is a well-balanced teacher. Like, yes, you can do a million things, but, like, can you also teach? Those kind of need to be hand in hand, and not everybody is a good teacher. Some people just can't handle trying to explain that.
Honey, I've been through so many damn trainings. I can tell you right now, like, in the 6 months, a year, 4 years, 10 years, I don't think you'll ever get it right. I mean, it's ever evolving, and you just gotta flow with it and just be like water and mold to whatever comes your way, being able to sass and glitter it, I guess. I mean, you know.
The sass and glitter.
Yeah.
Sass and glitter.
I think, well, aside from, like, the artistry standpoint, I feel like my biggest weakness is I always look at, like, my work and I always just pick it apart.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a weakness of yours.
Yeah.
It's like you have to, like, look and appreciate the artwork.
And, like,
and
I
it's
don't know
like,
if
yes,
it
you
would
can
be-
appreciate and notice where you can
Yeah.
do better, but, like, it's not bad. There's not bad work. It's, like, it's a difference. You're not out here, like, really fucking up people's
no.
faces where people really do like,
I think, I don't know, Amber always says, like, that's just an artist thing. Do you do that? Do
Oh
you
my
guys
God,
do that
all
with
the
your
time.
stuff?
For me,
Yeah,
I
there's, like,
always done
yeah.
brows. That was my main thing, brows, microblading.
there's just things that
the
don't, I
brows.
can't post because I'm like, that's one
Yeah.
thing.
Or they grayed out, or
Yeah.
something happened, and you're like
Yeah.
looking at them like, you know. And I can tell you right now, like I pick apart all my stuff, and quite frankly, I came out here for apprenticing because I did see the golden standard with Amber, and I just knew that was the right fit, that was the right way, and learning the right way. So really breaking myself down, learning her way. And only being, because this is my last stop. This is where I'm going to flourish.
Literally.
This is where I will definitely flourish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
think
How about
you're
you,
already doing a
Mika?
great
What do you
job.
think?
For my biggest weakness, I would say my biggest weakness right now is time and balancing everything out too. Because like, even though I've been doing what I've been doing for a long time, I've been commissioned. So like, it's different now. Like
You're on
being
your own
rental
now.
and like having to schedule my own clients, which I did that before anyways at the other place. Like we didn't have a receptionist, but it's still just a little bit different. And then also like some things like probably a little personal, but some things didn't pan out like with the way I wanted. I'm a single mom, so I was hoping to get a little bit of a different schedule with him. So I just trying to just get used to everything, but definitely like finding other like and getting tips from all of you girls too. Like I know with Adrienne, like even like some of my clients, if I have a few extra minutes, I'm like, hey, let me do your eyebrows. Like I just do the stain, draw out their eyebrows so I can at least practice on my drawing. And just do a free eyebrow stain so that way I can get that drawing practice in. And then even just try to get that symmetry, even though it's not necessarily permanent makeup, but it's at least...
It's practice.
It's practice.
It's still practice and mental.
And then, I mean, also too, like try to put headphones on, like while... while
doing
I'm
the
doing lash
things.
clients. So when I'm doing facials or Reiki, I can't necessarily do that. Because I have to be a little more present. But like with lashes, I can sit there and just make sure I have music going on something else other than my phone, pop in the headphones and just listen to Amber's videos. And even if I'm not visibly seeing it, it's still in my head. So when I go back and look at it, I still like kind of get it processed a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I definitely have my iPad popped out.
Very Adrienne.
Got my earphones. I got the Alexa going with the music,
Adrienne
with the little
set up
sound
at the studio.
bath.
So funny.
Oh my gosh,
And
it's so funny.
they're asleep, snoring, whatever they're doing, and I'm listening to Amber. You know what I mean? So
we always just listen. I mean, I've been at the studio now for 3 years, and I still feel. I mean, you're always learning. So if you think you've like capped out or you know everything, you don't. Absolutely not. And I don't think any of us feel that way. We're all very open. To like learning from each other, and I mean our fundamentals did come from the same from Amber, and then we've all just kind of or at least me like taken like it's kind of not completely different, but just kind of given my own twist to like match my artistry. And I'm just very happy about that. I'm super excited for the next few years with you girlies. And that concludes this episode of our artistry and the awesome apprentices here at Inspired. Again, my name is Tania, Adrienne, Maddie, Mika, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Woo, thanks for checking in, guys.
Yeah.